she know I feel the same. Then I didn't know her name. How does she feel?
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
It's been a long week, and I'm a little on edge. I think I need to call my friends. Somebody come save me. It's 5:01, and we can drink the night away. Pour a little bourbon for me and my friends, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, we won't stop till the bottle's done. When the night is over at 6 a.m., I'll roll on home with a smile on my face. It felt like a good night to get a little crazy. Let it all out and howl at the moon. My head is ringing like they're playing hell's bells, and I can barely remember my name. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, we won't stop till the bottle's done. We're feeling alright, we'll turn it up and get down tonight. We're feeling alright, we'll turn it up and get loud tonight. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to rename the name of the brave. We are the USRA. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the USRA. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to SCSRA Devs Next Gen Season 8. Kicking things off tonight here at Daytona Duels. I normally don't start the engines till we start gridding, but, well, I don't know who's going to be in which heat right now, and we're going to have to figure it out. It's going to be a battle of odds and evens. Remember, the pole setter, which looks like it is Trey Spears, if that holds up, will get the only point of the night, and they will split. Odds, I believe, will go first, followed by the evens, determined by their qualifying position. They will take to the grid, each half running 35 laps here at Daytona to try to set their position for, I believe, what was known as the Daytona 500 is now the Tammy Strong 500 this year. So we'll get into that a little bit later, especially before we get into next week. Take a look at our stream schedule updated today. ASR Tour is still Monday nights. They're in the off season. the trucks. Welcome to Tuesday night here with SCSRA. So, glad to see that they are home in the broadcast. Wednesday night, the NextGens. Thursday, Hartney with the live show. And then Sunday, the Shootout Series, formerly known as the Select Series. You saw Hartney in the booth this last Sunday. We'll see what happens. So, trying to do different things. You know, it's night one, so you never know what you're going to get. Let's be honest. Things could kick off at any time. And that's what we're hoping doesn't happen. As it looks like I may have already lost my camera controls, but we don't need them. We'll figure life out. And it does look like they are about to grid. So we'll bring this to the big screen. As we try to figure out who is going to be out there first. Let's see. Well, maybe let's see. Doesn't look like. There we go. We're starting to get some cars out there. Now if I can get ATVO to work, which was just working flawlessly. We'll head to our Heat 1 grid. Maybe. Row 1, Trey Spears with Michael Wolf. Michael Wolf, a rookie. Riley Gomes, Devin Butchino, row 2. Joe Wright, Justin Bell. Derek De Silva, Ryan Gomes. Jacob Greenlee, Travis Burton. Chris Akers, Eddie Morris. Chris with a 21 Reese's car. David Wright, Carlton Charles. We'll get all these names updated in the off week coming up here before we get to the 500. Ira and Ethan Horst. Cheese, Josh Hall. Kevin Graham, Adam St. John. I'm pretty sure this is all of them. So this is where they actually went in, and sure enough, it is not what I'm needing. But I would not expect it any other way. Carlton, Dev, so we are full field. Okay. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. I was like, man, you are killing me over here. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. So we are in a one duel. Looks going to be like it's going to be a quick one. 35 laps. A lot of iRacing issues tonight, so I can't necessarily blame just Devin. Couldn't get into the session. Everything was acting crazy. But he bounced back, able to get things up and running. And the pace car going to pull off for the first time in Season 8. Now, 35 laps, they are going to have to pit and take a little top off here. They should not be able to make it on gas. Trey Spears, Michael Wolf starting on row 1. Saw some fun racing out of the trucks last night. Multiple lead changes. We'll see if we get the same thing here tonight. And the Cat 5.5 running a whole new color. Looks like Trey stayed with that Texaco paint scheme that he ended Season 7 with. How many Toyotas, Carlton? Well, that's a great question. We've got Carlton Charles. And you're the only one foolish enough to do it, sir. A lot of Chevys, a lot of Fords. The lone Yoda, Carlton Charles. As Michael Wolf gets out to the lead, drops down in front of Trey Spears. Devin Butchino now in control of the outside line. Riley Gomes going to be that third car on the bottom line as they're going to go side by side. And you know, let me change over our laps. You know what? We're under 60. Let's just go laps down right now. We'll keep it interesting. 34 laps to go already. And there's Chris Akers in that, as always, ran number changed. But that Reese paint scheme that ASR drivers are used to seeing them in. And 2 rows ahead on the outside line, the 8. There's that Morris Customs of Eddie Morris. When in need, look for Eddie Morris. He will be in the high line. Continuing to keep it 2 wide. This race going to be 15 laps shorter than last night's truck race. So we shall see if they push the 3 wide a little bit earlier. They do have the fast repair. And already some cars in trouble. So we shall see. And yes, Hartney does love upper deckers. You are 100% correct. And the good news is you can catch Hartney on Tuesday nights now and talk about all his upper decker skills. As Devin Butchino back fighting on that outside, will he decide to drop down? Right now, your current leader has got Justin Bell on his bumper. And the Cat 5-5 on that bottom line. Looks like you've got Wolf, Spears, and Riley Gomes. And here comes the 82. Joe Wright. Joe had a couple issues last night. Oh, you know, no caution coming out, but it looks like Cheese, Zach Cox, and Kevin Graham all taking damage. Zachary Cox gets a meatball flag. Him and Graham have to go into the pits. And it looks like Graham is exiting the pits. And pit road is back to being empty. "30 laps remain here at Daytona. Season 8 underway. A short little break, which I feel like the broadcasting team never actually got a break. And I know the admins here never got a break. It's been constant communication with these guys as they've made many improvements, did some heavy recruiting. Even got them a Starch Racing on the NextGens and the Truck Series. Who would have thunk it? Tony Starch in the race owner business. That's spudtastic is what I've heard. That's right. We'll just keep the dad jokes going as Butchino and Wolf battle for who's going to become the leader right now. It's Michael Wolf out front. Trey Spears doing a really good job getting to the bumper of them. Now, the last time these next gens went to a super speedway, it was Talladega. And I'll tell you what, we saw some exciting racing at Talladega with this new package that iRacing has provided. These guys really able to get close to each other, push each other around the track, some good side drafts going on, and man, it was probably one of the most intense races we saw last season. There's a couple others. We're going to revisit those tracks. And we'll get to our schedule. But right now, we're going to ride with Justin Bell. You can see him getting to the bumper of Devin Bucciano. And surprisingly, this field very spread out. To give you a recap here, the 16 of Derek De Silva, Billy Tithoff, Cheeseburger, Kevin Graham, Zachary Cox, all have lost the pack or gone down a lap. Cheese, Graham, and Cox involved in that earlier wreck did not throw the caution. Ooh, Gomes gets to the back bumper. Trey Spears thought he was going to have a bad hit. You saw him just throttle out real quick, put some air in between those two cars. And he bounces back off. Now I've got pit road on watch. I will let you know if we get some pitting. And we'll make sure we tune into it. At first sign. Remember, these guys should have to pit. Not enough saving in tonight's duel. I believe the admin team made it just short. So they're going to have to do a little splash. A little splash and go. As they've already completed 10 laps. Oh, and Joe Wright just moves up into 7th. We've got one on the apron, and here is the pace car. This one's going to claim Josh Hall. Why is that there? Well, that's a Hartney. Carlton Charles, Joe Wright, and Riley Gomes, though, may have been the reason for this. Ooh, Akers making a little contact. Ooh, and you saw Riley Gomes right there. He's going to get turned. See if we can make it back to him. Ooh, Riley gets slid down into and goes up and collects. And that is the reason for our caution. Now, I said we would start having some pit road action. And here it comes. Here comes your pit road. as the race to come off is quick. This is going to complete the pit stops. And it looks like Michael Wolf able to get out first. Butchino gets out second. Joe Wright, Chris Akers. Akers with an incredible pit stop, able to move up quite some positions here. This is right in Akers' wheelhouse, as he was ASR Tour's regular season champion last year. But that regular season champion in ASR, it's a big one. But right now, Chris Akers following the Season 7 SCSRA champion, winning in the Truck Series and the NextGen. Now, these guys are involved in that earlier crash. Well, they stayed out. They're going to get this lap back, praying for another caution so they can pit in and get their gas. And not too many commercial times, so let's take one real quick. And we're back just in time, as the pace car getting ready to go off. Our pit stop should be done. Pace car off. And back to green flag racing. Wolf gets a big jump. Akers, who was bumpered. Butchino leading the high side line. I'll tell you what, we will keep it. Last year, Daytona winner was David Hartney. Well, right now, Hartney's going to need a little bit of help. He's starting to move his way up. As Akers to the back bumper of Wolf. Hartney moves into third. You see him fall in line there. And We will go back full screen as Hartney gets his way back into third. Let's see if he can start off Season 8 with a dual win and then head to the Tammy Strong, also known as formerly known as the Daytona, at least for Season 8. And these ladies really getting together, and they are starting to separate, and that's tough to do here at Daytona, especially with Butchino pushing Trey Spears. Really good work. Jacob Greenlee, another ASR driver, used to running super speedways. He comes over and brings along some of his friends from old Shake and Bake. This NextGen series, I'll tell you what, the numbers tonight, it's a duel. Not everybody's here, but still a good-sized field for a 35-lap race. Man, as the season kicks off next week, I believe this place is going to be packed. Oh, Eddie gets into the back. I don't know if that was a bad push. It got loose a little bit. May have hit, looks like the 15 of Ethan Horst. It looks like they may have linked wrong. Nothing intentional. Just a lot of speed. Eddie going to go back to that high side. He's going to link up with Trey Spears. We saw Eddie sneak a third place last night in the Truck Series. Came out of nowhere, able to get around some chaos and just drive into the sunset with his teammates, Mr. D. Wright and Devin Butchino. His Team Neon took 1, 2, 3. But if you're Michael Wolf, you like what you see. Nobody in front of you. Chris Akers in the rear view. And Chris Akers doing what he does best. David Hartney linking up with them. As Eddie Moore is starting to close that gap. And we'll bring our multi-view up one more time. Which I'm not quite sure what's going on with that little overlay up there. Why does it look all crazy? Well, I can't tell you. But this is why we did it in the off season, so we can get a little bit of playing on it and get everything worked out. There we go. We'll get it all fixed for you. Get it all back up and running. Has 15 laps to go. And David Hartney to the lead. He's going to get up high with his teammate Eddie Morris now. And there was a shuffling of power here. Eddie Morris, Travis Burton, Mr. D. Wright coming again. Kevin Graham currently 5th. Riley Gomes leading the outside. Butchino fell back a little bit. Hakers falls back a little bit. 13 laps to go. And Hartney did the right thing by jumping to the high side because you know his teammate Eddie Morris, well, he's got a reputation for staying up in the high lane. Riley Gomes, he's linked in. He's got his teammate and brother, the Cat 55, doing the pushing, and Trey Spears. So a slew of teammates trying to run down Neon right now. And you can see a big separation in the pack. They were able to break off and leave some of these drivers into the rear. And that's like Cheese, Joe Wright, Josh Hall, Billy Tithoff, St. John. As we are heading to the backstretch. They come to the line this time around. We will have 10 laps to go. Hartney still controlling that high side. He's bringing Eddie Morris with him. Riley Gomes controlling the bottom side. Nobody opting to go down in front of Riley Gomes. Akers looking for a hole. He's going to pop up to the high side. Well, it looks like Ethan Horst and Carlton Charles, they make a little bit of contact. Akers now going to drop back down. Looking for some space. Doesn't have his teammate Duvendak tonight. Expect to see Duvendak back. Not in the booth this season, but controlling Starch Racing on Wednesday nights. Hartney still keeping 3 car lengths on Riley Gomes in that bottom line. Eddie Morris doing everything in his power. You can see he is linked to the back of that bumper. And just as I say it, the bottom line starts to get a surge. And here they come. Whoa, Riley breaks loose a little bit. Great save by Gomes. May have got a pretty big shove from his brother. They know it's go time now. As we ride with Eddie Morris, you see him breathing the car, popping to the outside of David Hartney's bumper, trying to cool this thing. It has got to be getting hot. And Hartney on a big surge from Eddie Morris now. Trey Spears kind of sliding up. He's looking to breathe his car. Hartney with the slide job down in front of Riley Gomes. He's going to try to make the block here and make this. Team Neon controlling both lanes. Travis Burton in that 92. Right now, the 84 looking to get around the 92 if he can. He would love to be the pusher to Eddie Morris. Try to help get his teammate. Chris Akers being a madman, putting it 3 wide. You saw that was a deliberate push out. He is going to feel the air out there and see if he can compete as a 1 car. And he slides back into the high side. And what a sight is these two lines. Oh, Riley Gomes! He's breaking loose, and we saw that one coming. And this almost looks identical to caution number 1. I had to check the laps, make sure we weren't on replay. But Gomes gonna get some collection here. Chris Akers gets a 4X. Carlton Charles gets a 4X. Ira Cole Haas gets a 4X. And I think that number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, Ira in the 29. Carlton Charles, it is you, sir. Riding the 29 as the 13. You're the one throwing me off. But that's okay. As this caution gives us an opportunity not to go to commercial. We don't have enough laps for all that. Let's take a look at our schedule. Daytona. Next week, we're going to have Speed Week. Some guys want to get out of it as fast as they can. Some guys will thrive in it. Season 8, well, you're going to get a couple Speed Weeks. A lot of guys looking forward to going to Auto Club. Then you got Nashville. You got a little Vegas. Now remember, Viva lost championship, Season 7. So they're going to head back there. Talladega in these next gens. That's the first time we are going to see it. It was a blast. And then you want to talk about the best show, the greatest driving ability show from this next-gen fam was at Texas. And we're going to head back to it. And then Charlotte, you know, I have a love for Charlotte. You see it overran in a lot of leagues. Sometimes you don't see it at all. Well, we're heading to Charlotte. And then SCSRA season can't be that easy. We can't have just mile and a halves. Let's throw in Sonoma. I'll tell you who won't be racing. This guy. Iowa. Bring on the back-to-back troublesome. And then Michigan to close out the regular season. And can we talk about a good run here for our playoff run? You're going to go to Kansas. And back to Talladega. Bristol. Got to run Bristol. It's almost like a must. The way these guys perform at Bristol, it's always a good week at Bristol. Followed by Homestead. Oh, thanks, son. And then our championship, which I believe I already paid for the little potato. He don't got much money. Is going to be brought to you again by Tony Starch. And I'm sure he'll come up with a name. He's got plenty of time. He's doing big things as a league owner. Will be held at Phoenix. Let's get this thing back to live racing. Ooh, Chris Akers. All the way in the back. He's trying to play catch up as fast as he can. He is going to catch the back of the pack. But we are back to live racing. We've got 3 laps remaining. They'll have to complete 2 without caution to finish this duel in regulation. right now, you've got Eddie Morris. He's linked up with Mr. D. Wright. Are we seeing a little repeat from last night? We're going to keep it up here with the leaders. Whoa, Devin bumping to the outside. He's bringing Ryan Gomes with him. Trey Spears. As they are now 2 laps to go. They must complete this lap caution free to bring out that white flag. Everything else should bring on overtime. 3 wide. But you know, Eddie Morris, well, a little bit of drag racing going on. Who's going to push better, Ryan Gomes or D. Wright? Trey Spears now jumping down to the bottom side. And we are white flag. Butchino out in front. He is starting to pull away here. Gomes with a huge run. Going to get to the outside. Butchino going to take a shot by Eddie Morris. He's going to need that shot. Try to get some momentum. Travis Burton pushing Ryan Gomes. Eddie Morris pushing Devin Butchino. And there's the turn. Burton dives to the inside, tries to make position. And gets turned by Ryan Gomes. Devin Butchino, Eddie Morris, Travis Burton, your top 3 tonight. And it was quick. It was fun. It was quick. It gets us back in the mood. It starts heating things up. It gets the broadcasters ready. It allows us to check our equipment. It allows us to have a little bit of fun before all hell breaks loose at Daytona next week. You saw fun racing in the trucks. It seemed pretty cool. The temperature in the Discord seemed pretty cool. You'll see the same thing tonight. These guys know there's no points. They've got plenty of time to play catch up, and they put on a little bit of show. That means Butchino going to be starting on the pole next week, since I think we're gridding again. I'm not really sure. But let's head to commercial anyway. And let's go listen to the commercial from our truck main sponsor. All right, and I got a little update. These guys are going to be out here turning some laps. It looks like they are going to start Duel 2. But this race is over. And Trey, Mr. Trey, is Trey Spears and Michael Wolf are actually going to start on the front row. So, all right, now I need to figure out front row next week at Daytona. Let me reiterate. I'm trying to remember here who finished in third. It was Mr. Travis Burton. Travis, guy in the booth, you got a copy? Well, man, it's going. How was it out there running these next gens here at Daytona, starting off season 8 tonight? Well, it definitely looked it. Looked like you were having a pretty good time out there, and saw it on a couple occasions where you were responsible as the pusher. How were these next gens? We've heard some really good feedback from a lot of these guys on these next gens since the last update. How'd you feel about the pushing capabilities of them? Well, you definitely got them past it, and I'll tell you, you are the first non-Neon driver up there. I'm looking in the top 5, you and Ryan Gomes. Other than that, it is Team Neon, and it has been their show to lose. So you guys are going to have a ton of work this season, but really good tracks. If you're taking a look at the schedule, what are we looking forward to the most? Well, I'll tell you what, this league put on a great show at Texas last week, or last season, not last week, and probably one of their best shows of last season. And Auto Club always seems to be a great track to run, and that's going to be as soon as we got a Speed Weeks, man. But it's been a pretty quick night. Glad you're here, but before I let you get out of the booth, I always leave off, man. I leave it off with the floor is yours, and I give you the opportunity to thank your family, sponsors, whoever you got, and it's all you, bud. That's it, bud. Well, congratulations. Started off season 8 strong with a top 3 finish, and I will catch you next week. Let's see if we can repeat it at Daytona once again. And finishing second, Mr. Eddie the Fry Piper Morris. Welcome to the booth. I was like, did you leave me? Because Deb just left the waiting room. Was he too busy for me? That's okay. Man, you always got to worry when you see this many rookies coming out. I mean, you know it as much as I do. You start seeing drivers you've never raced with. You've got to wonder what kind of driving you're going to get, what kind of show you're going to be able to put on. How are we feeling about tonight? I think it was a pretty good race. He said he stayed linked up to you. I went and asked him about what tracks he liked. Well, he's the mile-and-a-half racer as well, so this schedule definitely built for drivers like him. Man, what are you looking forward to the most as a former champion? I'll tell you what, I looked at the whole schedule. My favorite week, I think, is going to be the Sonoma week for Tuesday nights. Tuesday night is going to be the Sonoma week because I'm going to take it off. I'm not going to race that one. And Wednesday, man, I mean, Wednesday night, I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to Texas. I'm not going to lie to you. After last season, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to beat it. But, man, that was the most exciting race we saw. And really good racing. It just wasn't followed the leader. It was racing. And I'm excited for that track. But a lot of work, man. I can't believe the off season's come and gone. And now we're back to work after never getting a day off. That's it, man. Well, before I get you out of here and I get your teammate in here, who disappeared, man, you know how we're going to leave off. The floor is yours. I'll tell you where I can see Hartney. He's about 9 cars back. He's way back. All right, brother. Well, I will get you back to Neon. I don't want you to be doing it. You might die. So, yeah, so I'll get you out of here, man, and we will catch you next week as we go to the official Daytona. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So, I can't wait for that show. All right, man. And Eddie Moore is back in Neon. And the last one, Devin, don't die. You're in the booth. Well, you got a little live broadcast. You're driving. You're getting pushed around the track right now by a guy who's been pushing. Man, I'll tell you what. He has been pushing everyone around this track tonight. And there you go. See, you get the special gyro cam. We're going to take a look at your face here, your automated face, because, oh, well, not good. You're spinning and we're getting car sick, but you don't look too happy. The good news is, though, it doesn't count. And the even better news is now you get the opportunity to finish out this this last minute interview. So, nope, they've been on the entire time, so that's gonna be a problem. Yeah, no idea why, because everybody's showing unmuted. Let me see. Go ahead. What you got there, Dev?
Yeah, no, just proud of the young guys there. We got a really stagnant with both lanes because I think the top is a little better on exit, so I can keep people just in front. But
the guy that wants to fall back to the back. But with this track position, this many guys showing up next week, I think we're going to try and stay up there.
That's it, man. And it's going to be a heck of a time running the Tammy Strong 500 instead of the Daytona for the first time. So changing it up for really, man, for a really good cause. Something that we've been pushing as the league. And really, it's the whole admin team doing it, other than yourself saying, "Hey, we're gonna run the Tammy Strong until she beats this thing." So, what better way to start off this exciting season 8? We're gonna kick it off with Tammy Strong, and man, I'll tell you what, I think Daytona is gonna bring a little bit of chaos, but it's gonna be a really fun season.
Yeah, not only the admin team too, but a ton of drivers have tossed the logo on their car for this season and stuff. So. Just can't thank everyone enough for the thoughts, prayers, continued support. Would really like to win that thing next Wednesday. We've been in position to win it and turned on the last lap, and then we were able to push our teammate Hartney there last year to the win. So it's one thing haven't been able to do. Would really like to check that one off, but like you said, it's going to be a massive field, a bit of a battle of attrition, just any super speedway race, but especially with the car count we have, ton of guys here supporting, showing up, racing with us this season. 46 drivers across 13 teams. So battle of attrition. It's a really long race, 100 laps. You just got to be patient. You're not going to win it in the first 80, but you can definitely lose it.
That's it, man. And I know as much as you want to run the 500 at Daytona, you're always saying you cannot wait to get out of Speed Week and head over this year to season Auto Club. So what track are we looking forward to the most?
Not Daytona. I like being in control of my own race, but Auto Club, we definitely found a lot of speed here in the NextGen the last 2 times we've been there. I think we got both of them. I think we won the last 2 there, so something just clicked for us there. There's some 1.5 miles on the schedule this season. A couple we need some work to be done on those, but really enjoy the 1.5 miles. It suits my racing style. Definitely have to work on. Don't want to just be the guy that, like you say, just kind of shows up there at the end. We'd like to lead a little bit more and kind of keep that speed throughout, manage the tires a little bit better. So definitely a lot to work on. Would love to win at Sonoma. It's circled, but not because we're good there. Always about a 5th place car there, but I don't think I've won there in anything I've ever ran there. So if we could get a win at Sonoma, that'd be really cool. Iowa's going to be a blast. I know you're excited for Iowa on the truck side. So just really enticing schedule for the racing. I mean, last 2 or 3 1.5 we went to, we had photo finishes in these cars. So really excited. That's it, man. Well, before I get you out of here, you know how we're going to end it, man. Let me get you back into Neon, but before I do, the floor is yours. Yeah, I just want to thank you, Guy. We're really excited for this season. Obviously, we've been working on a ton of things here. It's a lot of guys racing this thing. We're trying to put on the best product for them possible, and that really starts next week, points racing. So thank you, Guy. Thanks to all the other admins, Dev Sports Cards, Morse Customs, Blue Team Alpha, McKinleyville Barbershop. Wow, it's just ingrained in my head. I'll give them a shout out too, even though they're not here with us today. New Craft Line Jewelry Design and Level Up Subs. Did you thank the most important person? Yeah, I was getting to that. Dramatic pause. I'd like to thank my girlfriend Kaylee for always supporting me in doing this. My parents, they're going to see it in action next week. We're actually on family vacation on Wednesday, so the rig's coming down with me. We're going to prop that wherever we need to in that Airbnb, and we're gonna go trophy hunting on Wednesday in front of everyone. So should be a fun time. That's it, brother. We've done this so many times at this point. I've got your bullet points. You don't hit them, I'm going to make sure you hit them. So that's why we keep you around. That's it. But all right, Deb. Well, let me get you back in the Neon so you can finish this race and we can cut off this broadcast. Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Have a good night. All right, man. You too. Thank you. All right, and that's going to be it for me. I guess we're having some audio issues and only could hear Dev at the end of that thing. Figured it out. I don't know what's been going on with it. But for the most part, Stream 1 was okay. We'll make sure the Daytona is way better. And that's where we're going to head. Daytona next week. The official season will start. Points will start being accumulated. And we will head that way. But appreciate everybody tuning in. If you haven't already, do me a favor. Give us a like, follow. Get notified every time we go live. And watch some of your favorite drivers take the track as we are back racing. Everybody have a good night. And we will catch you, I believe, Thursday. Tomorrow's 4th of July. Have a safe 4th of July. Nobody end up like JPP. Keep all your fingers, please.
I don't believe Hartney is going to be doing his show. And we're going to head to Sunday night in the NSRA. And then we will kick back off Speed Week.